up, guys? My name is Nicholas Garcello. Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing the Toronto FC and what they did yesterday night or afternoon. It was about 4 p.m. Eastern time. So Toronto FC tied Atlanta United 2-2. Their first game against Atlanta United FC, which is in first place, by the way, if you didn't know that. And Atlanta is a very good soccer club. They have this player, his name is Martinez, Joseph Martinez to be exact, and he is a absolute crusher in goal scoring. But TFC was able to tie it anyways. So, without further ado, let's head on right to the video. So, we have TFC here versus Atlanta United, and it's a pretty even match. To start off the match, about 37 minutes in, we have Almiron. He sends in a through ball to Valaba, who then passes it towards Martinez, and it is an absolute crushing save by Bono. But just minutes later, in the 45th minute, Altidore with an interception sends it through to Oro, who then passes it into Javinko to then finish it, and it is now 1-0 for Toronto FC. Meanwhile, in the second half, Atlanta United are gaining ground on TFC as Romiti sends it in to Joseph Martinez, and he is fouled in the box. And that is a penalty. Yes, that is a penalty. Alex Bono did not agree on that, but it was. And we head to the penalty. Joseph Martinez, good run up, and he doesn't disappoint the Atlanta United fans. 52nd minute, and Atlanta has tied it 1-1 apiece. But just minutes later, next in the 66th minute, madness strikes for the fans of Atlanta.
It just drifts in at the right time to allow Gresham some space. Flipped in towards Joseph Martinez! He's done it again!
And there it was, Joseph Martinez making it 2-1. But then, TFC fans, don't give up now. TFC ends up tying this one 2-2, 90th minute. Both goals in the 45th and 90th minute, and TFC would go on to tie the game in the 90th minute. 45th minute they score, 90th minute they score, and TFC tied the first place team. Let's go. So that pretty much wraps it up for the game. Now let's talk about my opinion. Think about my opinion. Let's talk about my opinion on the game. So we'll start with the 37-minute goal. It was actually a pretty good goal. No, it wasn't. It was a nice save by Bono. It was a really good save. Bono was able to use all of his energy to be able to dive over and stop that ball. Martinez had a really good angle on Bono, but Bono came out just to a good centerpiece in the box where he was able to cut out that angle for Joseph Martinez. Like the commentator said, Joseph Martinez is very good at picking the corners. So he went to pick the corner, but because Bono was in such a good position, there was no chance for him to get that. Now, at the 45th minute, this was an absolute crazy play. I'm watching this play at home, and I'm thinking to myself, does Toronto have what it takes to score right here? I can feel it in my bones rattling. I feel that Toronto's going to score. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, TFC loses the ball. But then they gain it back. And Altidore able to get the ball, send it to Oro Jr., who has just come back from an injury. And he is now passed it in to Javinko, who finishes, no doubt, in the net. 1-0 Toronto. Then the second half comes around. And, yeah. This goal pissed me off. It really ticked me off, this goal. This was not a fair penalty. When I was watching this, obviously, I'm a TFC fan, right? So, obviously, I'm going to be a little biased, and I'm going to say, what's going on, ref? That is not a penalty. Now, after thinking about it for a couple of hours, couple of days, just kidding, it's only been one day, but after sleeping on it and thinking it through, I truly came to an answer. And that was not a penalty still. Even after thinking about it for so long, I looked over and over and over on that play. And the commentators said themselves that was probably not a penalty due to the fact that Bono went for the ball, and we had Martinez showing us a brilliant demonstration of how to properly dive. Neymar should take after him. I mean, that's some talented diving skills right there. No, but all seriousness, that was not a penalty, and we really should have been winning 1-0 still. But Joseph Martinez got the penalty, and he finished 1-1. 2-1 now because of a absolute beautiful goal. There was no doubt in my mind that I could be mad at this goal because it was just so perfectly set up, from the passes to the through ball to the cross in, and then headering it right through Bono's legs. It was such a magical moment for Atlanta, and it was just absolute talent from that player, Joseph Martinez. He is 1 goal away from tying the all-time record in goal scoring. That is 27. He's at 26, and we're only about halfway through the season in the month of August. So, looks like we're gonna have a new goal leader, unless he doesn't score a goal for like half the season, which is probably not gonna happen due to the fact that he scored 2 against TFC. Anyways, let's move to the 90th minute. So the 90th minute comes around, 88th minute, 89th minute. Oh my God, they're not gonna score, and my heart drops. I am so scared that TFC, I'm like, oh my God, TFC's not going to score. They're not going to score. And then something happens. Michael Bradley sends a pass through to Giovinco, and Giovinco sends the most beautiful through ball I've ever seen from Sebastian Giovinco. I'm not even joking. It was such a nice through ball. Right to Jonathan Osorio, passes it over, and who scores the goal in the 90th minute? I called it. I called it too. As soon as Ricketts came on, I was screaming. I'm not even joking, guys. I was screaming in my house, jumping up and down in the basement where I was watching it, because Ricketts came on the field. He didn't even score yet. He just came on the field, and I'm screaming. That was what happened. And then all of a sudden, he comes in this nice play out of nowhere. Not the nicest goal, but he does score, and that would end the game. In the 90th minute, a 2-2 tie, and TFC gains a point out of all that madness in that game. So if you're taking a look at the leaderboard, you're going to see that TFC is in 9th place with 23 points. Now, in order to make the playoffs, they have to get a win streak now. They have to keep playing good. This was a very good game for TFC because everybody has been putting TFC down, but we have to realize that TFC was injured the entire season. First of all, we had Champions Cup. Okay, Champions Cup took out a lot of our players because we had to play our actual players in the Champions Cup. So our B team was playing most of our league games, and we were losing. And that's fine. That's fine. Most TFC fans are like, we'll get it back. But then, Josie Altidore gets injured. So now what? And then other players get injured. So many players getting injured. And now we're forced to use our B team. Not because we're in a Champions Cup. Because all of our players are injured. So, TFC starts losing and everybody's losing hope in TFC. But we are back. This is the team that won the MLS Cup last year. This team is going to make the playoffs, and it's going to shock a lot of people when they do well. Because this TFC team is something else. Especially with Jonathan Osorio playing his best season yet. That's really going to help Mr. Sebastian Giovinco and Josie Altidore score a lot more goals. Because the pressure's off them. Pressure's on Jonathan Osorio because he's a top scorer. So, TFC has some time. And they have a lot of things to think about as a team and a group effort. But all they need to think is about the next game against New York City FC. And that game is coming up. And I'm telling you, TFC will be ready for it. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, hit that like button. Maybe throw in a little bit of a tap to that subscribe button if you want to watch more. And I hope to see you all in the next one. See you guys later.